What's up, guys? No, it's been a few days since I posted. I've been busy with my brother's birthday that just passed on the 20th. His name's Kane. He just turned 7. So if y'all go down in the comments and wish him happy birthday, probably mean a lot to him. But getting it ready, washing the bike to go back to the track at some point. I knew the bike needed brake pads when I got it about 2 weeks ago. So that's what we're going to do in this video after I get it kind of cleaned down a little bit. So what you're going to need to do these brake pads to get off the calipers, Phillips to get this little dust shield removed, and then a size 6 Allen key to get the 2 bolts that hold in the caliper itself. And while we're doing this, just go down in the comments and let me know what y'all have done to y'all's KX85 if y'all have one, or whatever y'all have done to whatever y'all ride. If you got a Super Mini or a 125 or whatever. I'm thinking about putting a big wheel conversion on this 85 to make it feel more like a bigger bike since I came off a 125. So if y'all have done a big wheel at all, just let me know what brand y'all went for. And if it was any good. So here's the caliper itself. These pads are down to nothing almost. So I made the mistake of, before I even started, I took off these before I took out the pins that hold the brake pads in, so it was all floppy and moving around. So if these are tight, you're not going to be able to get that off until you put the 2 pins to the brake caliper back in. So you're going to want to get off these first, which is 2 size 5 Allen keys. And it looks like it's all threads. It's been pretty hot in South Georgia here. There's been gnats everywhere, mosquitoes everywhere biting my legs and everybody else. It really sucks. We've been trying to get out to the water a lot instead of riding. But yeah, still been focusing on the 125, trying to get that put back together. Got parts coming for it. A new gasket for the carb that I talked to some people about, said might be the problem. So let's hope that fixes the 125 and we can have 2 bikes ready to ride at the tracks again. Now we can go on down to this brake caliper here though. Get out these 2 bolts. They're both size 6 Allen keys. And then I assume once we pull this up, it should just fall right out, the brake pads. Alright, still pretty threaded down there. Let me see. Gotta get this thing all the way out almost. So basically on these brake pads, there's 2 pins that go all the way through like this, and it's only threaded at the end. So when you're pulling this out, you can probably put some needle nose or just some channel locks on there to pull it out, but you got to be real careful with the threads. They go through the brake pads like this all the way out to the other side. So now that that's all done, we're going to pull these brake pads off. And it seems like they have never been changed. They're really seized up in here. Here we go. These brake pads are down to just about nothing. We're almost rubbing on metal. And that's on both of them. These are all grimy and nasty. So, we picked up some new brake pads from Turner off Motorsport. So we're going to put these in the bike and see how they do. Here's a little comparison between old pad and new pad. As you can see, these things were way overdue. This is probably a few centimeters thicker, which will feel much better on the bike when I'm back on the track. So we're going to try to go ahead and throw these Turner pads back in. See how hard this will be, but I think it'll be pretty easy. It's just 2 pins, and there's 1 pin in the middle here. So I didn't get it on video, but whenever I'm pushing in these pistons on the brake caliper, I just use channel locks, and I go like this, and I push it in until it's back to flush. A lot of people say that's the wrong way to do it, that you need to crack this nut so brake fluid can come out or something, but I just basically open up the reservoir and then push it back in slowly and make sure not to damage anything, which I've done this before, it works fine. So I'm putting these brake pads back on. Basically, I put them both, and I made sure these new parts look the same as the old parts, and I made sure that there's not like a left side and a right side that are going to be different from each other. So I just went and I compared the old ones to these new ones. So I just put in this first pin right here, and I put it all the way through. I didn't thread it yet, but I'm going to do the same thing to this side now. You just got to get this stuff lined up. Sometimes it'll go in smooth and easy, and sometimes it takes a little bit of finesse.
Our food is done. Wow.
So once you got the brake pads all in and these pins through, you're going to want to put these 2 bolts that mounts up the caliper, one on each side, so then you can tighten these down and it won't be flopping everywhere. Just get them hand tight on each side first, and then go ahead and torque it down. You're going to want to put on the brake shield, the dust shield right back after, just the 2 Phillips that go on there. After you're done tightening everything else down, which is a total of 4 Allen keys, 2 6s and 2 5s, and then just a Phillips. Okay, now that we've got everything back together, brake pad's on, the dust pad on, dust cover, everything's tightened. You're gonna want to pump up these brakes because there's not gonna be no pressure behind it before your next ride. So just make sure you pump them up to make sure nothing bad happens. And spin this tire. Brake pads are working a lot better than what they were. So thank y'all for watching. I hope this helps some of y'all who didn't know how to change the brake pads on the 85. And y'all have a blessed one. See you in the next one.